the teacher started to tell me or tell us about Jesus. And from the beginning, I just get it my full attention. I paid full attention to everything that teacher said about Jesus. What he taught us and what the Quran teach, that Jesus was born of virgin. And as a 12 years old boy, I was sitting down, and that will never happen. I know it has to be a marriage relationship between husband and wife to have a child. How would God do something awesome like this? And why would he do it? And they teach that he healed the sick. And to Muslim, there is no healing. God gives certain healing to a prophet to show a sign and wonder in certain time. But there's no healing in Islam. And I was wonder if Jesus was here, he could heal my grandpa who died of cancer. I loved him so much, and I want him to do well. Sometimes Muslims go to the extreme for healing. They go even to the witchcraft. And, you know, Muslim knows that, what I'm talking about. If they want to deny it, that's fine. But I know what I am talking about. I know because I live there. Even leaders, they go to witchcraft because they have no answer. They go and trying to find answers for themselves. And the other one, he raised the dead. How many people in this world can raise the dead? I mean, even the doctors, the physicians, the scientists can do that. And Jesus raised the dead. And that is awesome for me to hear that Jesus did that. I started to ask myself the question while the teacher was talking, where is Jesus today? Is Jesus, or was Jesus buried in the Middle East somewhere? Was he buried in the area close to us, or in Jerusalem, or in Hebron, like Abraham was, where Abraham is, and Sarah? So I couldn't contain myself. So what I did, I raised my hand and asked the question, what happened to Jesus? Where is Jesus? Did he die? Where would he be buried? And to my surprise, the Muslim Sunni teacher told us that Jesus is coming back. He is alive today, and he's going to come back and save the Muslim people. I said to myself, wow, Jesus is alive? That's the answer I want.
Yes.
But I know Jesus has something to do with Christianity. So in my religion and the belief, I believe that there are punishment go with change in belief. So I was scared as 12 years old boy. I was afraid. I couldn't do it. I would lose my family. I love my parents. I love my dad and mom. I love my family. I love my community. I don't want them to shun me away or die. I was afraid of being dead. So I waited till I finished my high school years, and I asked my dad for permission. That's important in my culture, to go and start to travel. I went to Europe many times, hoping somebody will tell me about Jesus. I came to United States, and it happened I went to an area and started to drive around looking for churches. I sat in parking lot for hours in churches, hoping somebody will come after me and say, what can I do for you? Because this is my culture, the way we know that if you see a stranger, you go to them and you invite them to come to your home, and you open your house for them, and any question they have, you answer. So this is what I thought, because I don't understand the culture in America. So I sat in parking lot, and one day I happened to drive my car on Sunday morning, and the service was out, and I'm not going to mention denomination or anything, but the pastor was standing in the door. I got the guts to go and talk to him and see what he's going to tell me about Jesus. Sadly, he gave me his business card and said, make an appointment. And that's another lesson for us. I don't want to make appointment to know Jesus.
Oh, my, yeah.
There is no reason for that.
Yeah.
I find out this man, God bless him, he does not know much about Jesus. Otherwise, or he's not in love with Jesus, and he doesn't want to tell his story. I'm not judging here, but I just felt so upset inside me. And I threw the card away and I went home. And for some reason, God did awesome things for me the following Friday. It's like he said to me, get up and go, and I'm going to show you who Jesus is today. So with a heart full of peace, I drove my car to a white stucco building. I didn't even know it was a church. I didn't hesitate to even walk inside that building. And I walked inside thinking or believing that I know where everybody is. So I walked toward the office, and the pastor met me halfway. He later on told me that was his day off, and he had no idea what he was doing there.
Yes.
So he looked at me, it was Iranian crisis at that time between here and the United States, and I have, black beard, and, he probably thought what this guy wanted, So he was very gracious, nice, answered my question about Jesus, because I asked him who's Jesus. And he said a lot of things. He is very knowledgeable about Jesus and the Bible. But he said something to me, it really stuck in my head. He said to me that Jesus died on the cross and shed his blood to forgive my sin. I don't know what sin about at that time, but I know if you make mistake against God, this is sin. So, Pastor, what I felt like, those two angels are gone. I was free before I was talking to him more about Jesus. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. Am I going to wash my hands and feet? What do he want me to do to get to a place where he's going to say a few scriptures over me? I have no idea what he's going to do or how I'm going to accept Jesus. I'm glad he knew that. So he asked me if I want to accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And I knelt in a prayer with him, and I prayed the sinner prayer. And I was changed. I have love, peace, joy I never have in my life.
Oh, yes.
I was so changed. And I was glad to know that Jesus, because Jesus was the answer.
Amen.
And he was the hope. And
Amen.
I love Jesus from all my heart, and I live for him.